Good evening. How y'all doing? Y'all ready for the CV week? Let's go. Viva Cape Verde. All right. My name is Ivan Brito, and I'm the president of Cape Verdean Recognition Committee. I became the president in 2021, and I'm excited for the week that we have put together for the city, for us to celebrate our independence, our heritage, our culture. So at this time, I'm going to introduce the mayor of New Bedford to say some words and some remarks about what's going on here in this week. So please put your hands together for Mayor Jon Mitchell.
Thank you. All right. Are we on? Oh, can you hear me? Carol Pimento, can you hear me? Good, all right. All right. So let me just start off by saying one thing here. I think a lot of people here will appreciate this. So, I'll say this right to the drone. I can't remember a turnout like this for a flag raising in the last 10 years. And this is after a rain delay. So give yourselves a round of applause. So this is really exciting for lots of reasons, not the least of which is we haven't had a complete recognition week since 2019, right, with all the festivities that this week entails. It's Cape Verdean Week in New Bedford, and it's all kicked off with this event. There's the scholarship event, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in between, and then we have the parade, of course, on Saturday. And this is when New Bedford comes together, and it's a real tribute both to the city as well, and more particularly to its Cape Verdean community. We're really proud that this is where Cape Verdean America started. There are lots of other cities that celebrate it, but New Bedford is the great original. This is where it all began. And so people know the history. I won't get into the history, but I will say this. I mean, it's a fact of good luck that for New Bedford, for America, that Cape Verdean settled here first, right? It was the whaling connection. It was the connection between vessels that left here and went to Cape Verde way back in the early 19th century. And that good luck for New Bedford has paid off again and again and again for 200 years. And there are too many people standing out in the sun for me to recount every last way. But think about it. Think about the contributions over the last 200 years of Cape Verdeans to New Bedford and to America more generally. You have members of elected office, including some who are right up here at the stage, who are Cape Verdean Americans who've contributed in that way. So many, yes, let's hear it. Who's clapping? Everybody clap for that. You have business leaders. You have artists. You're going to hear from Candida in a second, of course. It wouldn't be a Cape Verdean flag raising, of course, without Candida Rose. And I'm not going to spend too much time between now and then waiting for her to get up to stage. But I want to say one other thing that I think is really important, that really stands out for me, is among the many contributions of Cape Verdeans to the city and to the country, and that is the disproportionate number of Cape Verdean Americans from this city who've served in America's armed forces. It's uncanny. Every family has somebody who's served, and we know so many of them. Colonel Correa is going to raise the flag for us. He's a great example, a sterling example of that. But there's so many others who've contributed over the years in all of America's wars and in between. And for that, not only is New Bedford grateful, but so is America. And it is worthy of our devotion and celebration this week for that reason alone. But there's a lot to celebrate this week. We're going to have a great parade on Saturday. We have the scholarship committee event on, I think it's Thursday. Is it tomorrow? It's Wednesday. It's already Wednesday tomorrow. So Marilyn Gonzalez, who stepped aside from the presidency a couple of years back, is still heading up the scholarship committee. She doesn't like to seek the limelight, but we all know all the great work that she does. I want to thank Ivan for taking over her role and the big shoes that he has to fill. Thank you for all the work that you've done leading up to this week, Ivan. Marianne Rogers, who's always here pulling stuff together, Diane Gomes, so many others, so many people to name. I just want to thank you for doing it, because it's, you know, as the pandemic has wound down, we're looking for ways to bring people together. And this is the height of it. Great weather, bringing people together for this event, for everything else this week, especially the parade. So I have a proclamation. And by the way, this is the 50th year. This is the next 50 years of Cape Verdean Recognition Week. So that calls for a proclamation from me, and I will say it right here, and then I will turn it back over to Ivan. So it says here, so whereas this is the 50th anniversary of Cape Verdean Recognition Week, sponsored by the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee, whereas the Cape Verdean Recognition Scholarship Committee will award $41,500 to 31 deserving area high school students, giving back again and again and again. This is the 47th anniversary of the independence of the Republic of Cabo Verde. So we're coming up, but we got to already start preparing for the 50th anniversary. It's right around the corner. New Bedford has long been a destination for Cape Verdean immigrants and home port, of course, for the schooner Ernestine and Morrissey, which is coming back, everybody. The parish of Our Lady of the Assumption Church in New Bedford, the first Cape Verdean Catholic church in North America, celebrated its 117th anniversary this year. And last but not least, the 50th annual Cape Verdean Recognition Parade will take place on July 2nd, this Saturday, 2022. Yes, see you out there. So therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of New Bedford, I do hereby proclaim June 26th, 2022 to July 2nd, 2022 as Cape Verdean Recognition Week in the city of New Bedford, and ask that all our citizens share it in its celebration. We're gonna have a great week, everybody. It's wonderful to see you out here, and I'm gonna turn it back to Ivan. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. You give him another round of applause. And I think you said it well, Mayor. Cape Verdeans have served in the armed forces for many years, and my grandfather was definitely one of them, so that definitely resonated with me a lot. And I know we lost a lot of great men and women and over the years, but we're here because of them, so salute to all the Cape Verdean men and women who served. We're going to have our new council at large, our own Cape Verdean, Shane Burgle, to do the U.S. National Anthem. Mr. Burgle, please.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Give it up for Shane one more time. That was nice. All right. Next to do the Cape Verdean National Anthem is going to be sung by our own Candida Rose. Please give her a hand.
Canta, irmão, canta, meu irmão, que a liberdade é hino e homem é a certeza. Com dignidade, interessemente, no pó da ilha nua, na despenhadeira da vida, esperança é do tamanho de mar que nos abraças, sentinelas de mares e ventos, perseverante entre estrelas e o Atlântico. Entoa o cântico de liberdade. Canta, irmão, canta, meu irmão, que a liberdade é hino e o homem é a certeza.
Obrigado.
Thank you, Candida. That was amazing. At this time, we're going to ask Representative Antonio Cabral to say a few words.
Good afternoon. This is wonderful to be here again and be able to celebrate our raising of the Cape Verdean flag, but really celebrate the Cape Verdean American community. The contributions that this community has given to this city, to this state, and to this country is unbelievable. We are richer today, both in the city of New Bedford and the surrounding communities. We are richer today in Massachusetts. We are richer today in the United States of America because of all your work, because of all your participation, because of your faith, your family values, and you really get involved in this community and you make this community a better place for all of us. You know, we are so proud of the Cape Verdean American community. I know that everybody in this city has tremendous respect for all of you and for this community that gives back so much to all of us. Let's start the celebration today, right? And let's start the celebration today. Celebrate all the contributions, celebrate the culture, the traditions. And some of those are Cape Verdean American traditions, not just traditions on the other side of the Atlantic, right? We create our own traditions sometimes here. And we're gonna celebrate those too. We're going to celebrate your successes, your challenges, but above all, the successes of this community. Not to mention, as the mayor mentioned, the service and the ultimate sacrifice that has been given by this community to keep our liberties, our values, and our freedoms alive, so we all can be here and celebrate. Let's give a big thank you to those who have served, those who have given the ultimate sacrifice, and those who are continuing serving today. Again, congratulations to all of you. Let's celebrate and let's have fun and let's be safe. Thank you.
Thank you for those nice words, Representative Cabral. I'm going to ask City Councilor, Ward 4 Councilor, I should say, I'm sorry, Derek Baptiste, to say a few words, and I know these guys have to go to a meeting soon, but we want to make sure that we get to hear from them before they go into their next meeting today. So put your hands for Ward 4 Councilor Derek Baptiste.
Thank you. Everybody knows how much I hate to speak. So, first and foremost, I want to have a quick moment of silence for all the people that we've lost in the last couple of years. There's a lot of people that celebrated this holiday with us and enjoyed it. Guys like Tabby that acted like it was his birthday week. You know, we gotta celebrate all the people who are not here and celebrate for them this week. So if we can have a brief moment of silence, please. Thank you. I'm joined with my councilors, Linda Morad, Councilor at Large, Councilor Gomes, Councilor at Large, Councilor Scott Lima, Councilor at Large, Ward 5, Scott Lima, Ward 6, Ryan Pereira, Councilor at Large, Shane Burgle. I thought him and Candida was gonna have a versus up here real quick, the way it was going. Councilor at Large, Naomi Carney, Councilor of Ward 2, Maria Giesta, and Council President Ian Abreu. I'm fortunate enough as a young Cape Verdean man to be here, but I wouldn't be here without Mary Barrows, Ramona Silva, Viola Pina, Bruce Dubois, Jojo Fords, Dana Ribeiro. I think everybody that led the way before me. A guy that had been on this council for a long time, Brian Gomes, who has led the city for about 30 years and represented the Cape Verdean community for about 30 years, and Scott Lima as well. And I'm glad to see that, you know, there's a lot of diversity on the council. And I hear everybody talking about our contributions to the city and what we've done and how important we are. We need to be treated as such, and we need to be respected as such, and we need to grow as such. I think that we had a major contribution in this city. I don't think that 1 week is good enough or one Flag Day is good enough to get recognized for what we do. We need to have what everybody else has. We need to have cultural events. We need to have block parties. We need to bring everybody down here, not just into the Cape Verdean community. We need to bring it down where everybody comes, so where everybody can see what we are, see how beautiful our culture is, see how beautiful our music is, see how beautiful our people are, taste our food, enjoy life. I'm just proud to be a part of you. I look out here and I look at a bunch of people that raised me, that looked after me even when I was at my worst, and you know it. So, but thank you very much, because that's what the Cape Verdean community has been all about, raising each other. That's all I remember from Bay Village down to West Lawn, whoever's in Satellite Village, all the way down to the beach. The Cape Verdean, you couldn't go anywhere in the Cape Verdean community without somebody telling on you, and that's how deep our community was. No cell phones, no beepers, no nothing, you know, and you got a punishment at the end. So I like to thank everybody for being here. Like I said, we need to enjoy everybody, enjoy each other, enjoy this culture, but we need more of this. We need more multiculturals out here. We need to invest in the vets. We need to invest in the band club. We need to invest in Away. You know, we need to invest in the Bisca. We need to take care of our Cape Verdean businesses and our business owners. We need to grow Cape Verdean businesses and teach business owners. You know, we built this. Let's get a piece of it while we're here. How about that? I like to thank, one last thing, I like to thank Ivan. I taught Ivan how to shoot a basketball. I like to thank him for his progression of where he came over and what he's done over his career and lifetime, and how much of a bright spot he's been to our community. We have to preserve our people like that. We have to preserve Diane and the people that's on the Cape Verdean community. We gotta preserve everything that we have in our community, because if we don't, it's gonna be gone. Point blank, period. So we have to enjoy what we have, and we have to build on what we have, and we have to build it together. New Bedford City Council official resolution. Be it hereby known to all that the City Council of New Bedford, Massachusetts hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to the Cape Verdean Recognition Committee, Incorporated, in recognition of the celebration of the 50th Cape Verdean Recognition Week events and festivities. 50. How about that? How about that? To the next 50. The entire citizenry extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and express the hope for continued good fortune given on this 27th day of June, the 28th day, right? 28th day of June 2022 by Council President Ian Abreu. Naomi Connie, Shane Burgo, Derek Baptiste, Brian Gomes, and Scott Lima. Thank you very much.
Another hands for Councilor of Ward 4, Derek Baptiste. That was very well said, some passionate words. I totally agree 100%. We need to do more for our community. So everything he said, let's take it to heart, because we definitely need to do that for our community, and we need to step up as a community and do better. So thank you again. We're gonna do a little 2 minutes of some batucada from Otto level to get the music going. Let's go, guys. But before we get there, we want to thank all the elected officials that are here present today, showing your love and support to our community. We appreciate that. You know, we're taking note, and we will be asking, I certainly will be asking for more for our community. And I can't ask by myself, but we have to ask as a group, as a community. So thank you again, and we know you guys work hard, and we definitely want to make sure that you guys work with us and we work with you as well. 2 minutes so we can have a little batucada to level, and then we'll have some other people on the stage. Thank you, guys. Well job. Well done, well done. At this time, we're going to ask 2 members of the school committee to say a few words. First person coming up is school committee member Jack Livermento.
Happy Cape Verdean Recognition Week. Right. We begin 50 years of celebrating. Manny Loeb sat down with the committee 50 years ago to ask the community, to ask the city to recognize Cape Verdeans. He came forward and started with a parade. We wanted to get Cape Verdeans recognized in the census. That hasn't happened. However, we have moved forward because Manny wanted to honor those persons who came forward before us. My father, grandfathers who came from Cape Verde to the United States on a ship like the Ernestina, not knowing what would arrive or what would happen once they got here. They lived, they contributed, and he wanted to make sure that that contribution was well known throughout the city, throughout the state, and throughout the nation. We have moved forward from there so that each and every one of you today are making your contribution. I look at us as gifts. Each and every one of us has a gift. Like the 3 wise men, We have our gifts that we bring to the community. This city does not move, does not work, does not accomplish anything without the lifeblood of its citizens. It is you and I that move the city forward. And it is you and I that make sure the Cape Verdean community continues to move forward. So I'd like to really raise up a round of applause for yourselves, that we continue to share our gifts, that we continue to make sure that Cape Verde and Cape Verdeans here in Massachusetts and across the nation, and we extend all the way out to California, make sure that we continue to use our gifts to lift up our nation, to lift up who we are. Happy Cape Verdean Recognition Week.
Viva Milton Cabral! And all the freedom fighters that gave their life for our freedom. We salute you. Next person coming up to the stage is school committee member Ross Grace. Mr. Grace.
First of all, I just want to say how incredibly beautiful our people look out here right now. And it's not just the physical beauty, it's the spirit. When we're talking about Cape Verdean history and Cape Verdean recognition, it's a little bit more than the flag, because we once had a flag that was red, was yellow, it had corn from it with a black star. So the flag isn't as important as the spirit of the livelihood, of the belief, the values, and the willingness to fight and sacrifice for one another. We wouldn't be raising that flag right now if it wasn't for Emil Cacadro. We wouldn't be raising that flag right now if it wasn't Aristide Pereira. We wouldn't be raising a flag right now if it wasn't for the PAIGC and those soldiers on the front line of Guinea-Bissau and of Cape Verde. What it comes from is we have a history of people of struggle. We fight for what we believe in. We're willing to carry the person who's a little bit down and out. We're willing to make sure that if there's something wrong, that we confront it. So when we're seeing things going on in our community, it's one thing to turn a blind eye. It's one thing to say I have to take care of myself and my building. It's another thing to invest in one another. It's another thing to believe in that person next to you. As a community, it's easy to get caught up in social media, filled with bad news. It's easy to get caught up in music with messages that don't facet our growth. So as a community, it's up to us how we live, how we interact with one another, to build each other up. So I want to commend everybody here today for coming out, taking the time to represent our city and our people. New Bedford is the very first Cape Verdean city in the United States of America. We have the oldest Cape Verdean church in the United States of America. We have the very first Cape Verdean community down the street. We are part of the whaling industry. We are part of the textile industry. We were part of the civil rights movement. We were part of the Black Power movement. We have elected officials. We have people who are business owners, activists, mothers and fathers who make us one great people. So we celebrate not just the flag, we celebrate not just the music, but we celebrate the spirit of giving, we celebrate the spirit of sacrifice, we celebrate the spirit of unity. I want to thank y'all for having me today. I want to thank Mayor Mitchell and all the people who put this together. This is our weekend. Let's show who we are. Let's celebrate, have a good time, but take care of one another. There's a difference between words and actions. Take care of that person beside you. We are our brothers and sisters keeper. Nos kunos.
Thank you, Ross. I'm going to bring next is the chairperson of the scholarship committee, Rosemary Williams. She stepped up and filled some big shoes, and she's done a great job, her and her co-chair, and I'll let her mention that. So at this time, please give your hands for chairperson of the scholarship committee, Rosemary Williams.
I'm Rosemary, and I am the new chair, as Ivan said, of the Cape Verdean Recognition Scholarship Committee. As new chair, I would like to first start by thanking Marilyn Gonzalez, who, as you know, has stepped down after her many dedicated years as chair. I want to thank her for her guidance in this transition with me. And I just want to make it known that she is still on the board and she is still a very important committee member to all of us. So this year, the Cape Verdean Recognition Scholarship Committee is celebrating its 18th annual awards ceremony. This year will be the first time in 2 years that we will have the award ceremony at the New Bedford Whaling Museum once again. We've had it at the New Bedford High School. We were grateful for that the past 2 years, but we are back at the Whaling Museum. We would like to first applaud all the students for completing their senior year and for being determined to proudly graduate under the stressful conditions of COVID. Yes, please. So this Wednesday evening, we will hold our scholarship ceremony. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the New Bedford Whaling Museum. The ceremony is open to the public as well, as we have waived the fee for tickets this year. This year, we will award 31 very special young men and women who have recently graduated from the greater New Bedford area and who are on their way to higher educational institutions here in New England and across the United States. The Scholarship Committee has worked so diligently in raising over $536,000 in the past 17 years and awarding 484 scholarships. And this year we are awarding, as Mayor Mitchell shared before, $41,500 to 31 recipients. Thank you. And our milestone was to reach 50,000. We've succeeded in accomplishing this goal with all of your help. And in spite of the hardships for many individuals and businesses, we are very proud that we are able to raise the amount of money that we did and gratified to be able to assist so many deserving students with their educational goals. The success of our efforts would not be possible without the contributions of our sponsors and also the many businesses and individuals that donate to us as well. We thank you all for your financial support needed to achieve our goals. I would also like to thank the Scholarship Committee members for their dedication in making all of this possible and for their help always. My co-chairperson, Miles Dias, Janet Almeida, Norma Belay, Carl Cruz, Dorothy Gomes, Gail Gonzalez, Marilyn Gonzalez. You can keep the clapping going. Yeah. Cynthia Morris, Dr. Bruce Rose, and Corday Silva. I would like to wish everyone a happy Recognition Week, and we look forward to seeing you at some of the recognition events this week. I will now let Diane, the president of the parade committee, share about more events happening this week, and we hope to see some of you tomorrow at our scholarship ceremony. Thank you. Diane said, say it's free, say it's free. Yes.
Let me officially introduce Diane Gomes, the chairperson of the Cape Verdean Recognition Parade Committee. She's been on the parade for many years, on the committee for many years. Passionate about what we do. She's very passionate about being a Cape Verdean woman, as you can see, her lovely dress. She's gonna tell us about the parade, so please give her hands for Diane Gomes.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I am like shaking so badly right now. I don't know why. I just have so much energy. I don't know what to do with it. That's why you keep seeing me dancing on these steps. I'm so excited. It's the 50th parade. You would think it's parade day. Parade day, I'm a basket of nerves. Hi, I'm Desiree. I know Desiree's out there. I'm late in the morning. It's just crazy. But it's our 50th, and I cannot say anything about this parade without first introducing this fantastic, best ever parade committee since I've been involved, okay? Alfred Montero, he's right here with the camera and the tango. Alfred Montero has raised more money for this parade than we have ever seen. He's not only my sponsorship coordinator, he's also the vendor coordinator for our vendors that we will have on parade day. I want everybody to give it up for Al. He is the producer also for our event that is happening on Thursday at Cisco. Also, Desiree Martin, as I said, she's in the crowd. I saw her somewhere, sitting over there, hiding. Desiree keeps me together. Renee Ledbetter has been on the committee for many, many years. She has a lot of history. Renee's over there. Renee's instrumental on how that parade looks on parade day. Shane Burgo, I think he's at the meeting already. Oh, hi Shane, right on time, perfect timing. We planned this. Shane's been on the committee, instrumental, has a lot of connections. Marianne Rogers, I don't think I need to introduce Marianne. She was our president for years and years and years. I cannot believe how much history and knowledge Marianne has about everything that we do. Ivan Brito. I'm going to call Ivan our Cape Verdean connection. Not many of us on the board, well, I shouldn't say that, but I know I'll speak for myself. I cannot speak anything in Creole, and I'm dependent on Ivan to help me out sometimes. Janet Almeida, new member, she's learning a lot. She tells me she's quiet, sits back and absorbs it all, but she has a lot of influence and does a lot of things in the background. Jose Montero, I don't know if Jose made it here today. Another valuable member, as well as Joyce Antunes. Oh, Jose's here, he's over here. Joyce Antunes Barboza. I don't know if Joyce is here. She's been instrumental in getting all the groups together to participate. Norma Bile, I believe Norma's home today. Once again, another member that's been on for years and years and years and has a lot of knowledge and history. Monique Brito right up here in the front. Monique's our go-to person. Monique will do anything that you ask her. Joe Dias, another behind-the-scenes person. He can't always make it to the meetings, but if you pick up the phone and call him, he's right there. Jeannie Naru, same thing. She's at every meeting, and she's willing to volunteer for anything. She's over here. Colleen Boswell, I believe Colleen's working. Another background person. And Juanita Antones, who's recently just joined the committee. So I did all this because I want you to know that everyone says Diane, Diane, Diane. It's not Diane. I only have the title of chairperson. This committee works year long. We take August off, we start in September, and we're going year round to make these connections. So when you see these people, you need to tell them thank you, okay? Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for doing this for me. Thank you for keeping the parade alive. It's our 50th! I can't say that enough. I also have to go over my list of sponsors, my obligation. We couldn't have a parade without the sponsors, because if you don't know, the parade does cost money, lots of money. The Massachusetts Cultural Council, they support us year after year. We truly appreciate that. Bay Coast Bank stepped up this year. They're a big sponsor, one of our major sponsors. Bruno's one of the representatives from the bank that made the connection. Cisco Brewers, Colonial South Honda, he's ready to step up anytime we ask. Colonial Jeep, Chrysler Dodge Ram, Taunton Federal Credit Union, the Grant Pierce Housing, I saw Gene Costa in the crowd. Thank you, Gene. South Coast Health and Destination New Bedford always steps up. So the parade, I'm not going to tell you everything, but I will tell you that I am so excited. We have my favorite drum corps, 7th Regiment. They're from Connecticut, and they will be blasting it out. I spoke to the band director today, and he's looking forward to come to New Bedford. He said he wouldn't miss it because we have one of the best crowds in all the parades that he does. We also have jazz band, we have some steel drummers, we have Batucada. They'll be bringing down the house. Another thing I want to mention is there's going to be, how many of you remember Toy? Tonka Forts. Yes, so when, oops, he's not up here. Derek mentioned, remembering people, he mentioned Tabi. We have to remember Toy. And I was approached by his sister asking if they can do something, and I said, of course. The Tonka Tumblers have been in this parade since I remember. So not to have a presence to remember Toy, I think would be a disgrace to him. So they're gonna have a remembrance in the parade. So I want you to just celebrate them when you see them coming down the street. We're gonna have vendors on Bedford Street between the Avenue and Pleasant. So please visit the vendors. A lot of them haven't been to New Bedford before, so we want to make sure we show them some love so they come back year after year. And I have to thank the band club, Cape Verdean Ultramarine Band Club, and I don't know if any of you have been by there, but they have a beautiful mural that's being painted on the side of the building. But the band club is supporting us, allowing us to use their parking lot as well for the vendors. The Grand Marshal, I don't know that she's here, Dr. Patricia Andre. She's a highly regarded surgeon that graduated from New Bedford High School, class of 1979, like me. What can I say? She's been all over the place. She is all about the community, making sure we have everything we need to get great health care, access to food, and she recently even donated her time making sure people understood the effects of COVID and educating them on vaccinations at the vets, and that was out of her own time. And she recently did an outreach to the Cape Verde Islands as well. So we're happy to have her in our 50th in the front of the parade, because she's been involved in the parade for many years, walking with other organizations such as the Y. I also have to give a shout out to Ray Rose. I don't believe that we've ever met in person, but this lady helps me with all of the street closings, and without the street closings, we wouldn't be able to come down all the way from Butler Park. So I have to shout it out to Ray Rose. I appreciate you, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I think one last thing. Listen to these school committee member Ross Grace and Council 4 Councilor Derek. I have to say this. We need to keep this going. We need to keep Recognition Week going. We need to keep the Recognition Committee going, which means the scholarship and the parade. We need the younger generation to step up. I'm looking around and I see some younger faces here, and I love it. It means you care and you want to be involved, but we need you to step up. We need the younger generation to learn about this history and to join this committee so that we can keep it going for the next 50 years, because all of us aren't going to be here. We need to keep this going. So please, if you have younger family members, make sure they know about us. Make sure they know that we're always looking for volunteers. It's a one day a month commitment. And that's all I can say. It's the 50th parade. I hope I see you all out there. Ivan said I would speak about the event. So tomorrow we have a scholarship event, and Rosemary said 6 p.m. Whalen Museum, and it's free. We need to support our graduating seniors. They're telling me to say with refreshments. Free with refreshments. Thursday, we have our music festival down at Cisco from 3 to 9. It's our first major event like that. And I think if everybody comes, we're gonna have a really good time. We have Chubby Tavaz and Tiny Tavaz, Mike Antunes, Candida, where'd you go? Candida, Kevin Gomes, and Kalu Bana. And there are some other surprises as well. And then, of course, Saturday is the 50th parade! Yeah!
All right, thank you, Diane. Well done. I think I'm the next one that's supposed to say a few words. I already said enough, but I just want to thank everybody for showing up. Do me a favor, next year, tell someone else to come with you. You know, tell a friend. Let's just keep the numbers growing. I want to thank the recognition committee, all the board members for all the work you do throughout the year. If you're here, put your hands up. Let the people see you. Let's give them a hand, guys. They work hard throughout the year, and we got a lot more work to do, so we have a busy year coming up. I want to thank all the board members and all the committee members, from the scholarship to the parade. There's a lot of community members that just joined for the volunteering part of it, even though they're not on the board, so thank you for all the work you do throughout the year. Some of them just help out the day of the parade, but we need the help, so thank you. My message to the community is we need to get together. You know, I'm kind of repeating a lot of things that people are telling me and things that I see and feel. We need to get together as a Cape Verdean community. And regardless if you're born here, you speak Creole, you don't speak Creole, no matter where you came from. This is where we started, but I think we've fallen behind in many ways. And we need to do something to bring that back. We need to bring the community back. We need more businesses. We need more activities. And if you look around, COVID has hit our community big time in a negative way. We've lost some establishments that we had for many years, and those things are not going to come back unless we work hard together and people support each other, support the Cape Verdean businesses. We have the mayor here, and we know he's going to support us. Thank you for being here again. But as a Cape Verdean resident for many years, you know, I'm going to be pushing the envelope for us as a recognition committee to do more. We're going to plan to do more. We have some surprises for you guys for next year, because we're not going to be doing the same things. We're going to push the envelope. But the Cape Verdean community in New Bedford is also growing. You know, there's a lot more Cape Verdeans in the city as there was 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. I used to go around the city and I see faces, all Cape Verdean faces that I knew, regardless if you were born here or you came recently. Now it's totally different. There's a lot more Cape Verdeans, so that means there's more of us. We should be more united. But we let the little things separate us, I feel. You know, we let the little differences separate us, and we got to be bigger than that, and we got to be smarter than that. Because when you see other communities working hard and making things happen for their community, we are one community. I believe, you know, we're community of Earth, in my opinion. But when you look at our Cape Verdean part of it, and you see others doing work, and we're always behind. People always say, how come we don't get together? How come we don't get together? Well, it's because we're not getting together. You know, let's get out of our houses. Let's each volunteer. You know, one person volunteer an hour, another volunteer 5 hours. It doesn't matter. You still volunteered, and that's how we're going to make things better for our community. Support Creole, support the Creole, porque the Creole, you know. But the man attention up for English, you know, don't let yourself stay back and put limitations if you don't speak Creole. Get involved. We're looking to create, you know, partnerships with Cape Verdean members of the community, regardless if you speak Creole or not. We want you to volunteer because we want to be inclusive. So that's my message. Let's take this week and let's celebrate, but at the same time, let's challenge ourselves as a community, because we have to do better, and we will do better. So, Viva Cape Verde. I love you guys. Love being Cape Verde. We're going to have Orca Level do some things that what they do over here, and then we're going to have some music by DJ Rebel, and then, you know, let's keep it going for a few more until everybody disperse, all right? Viva Cape Verde. Thank you again for all the members all the elected officials and everyone else that came and put this event together. We support you and we love you. Thank you.